Hello everybody, welcome back. Graham here, episode 14, and we're going to move forward to how I started to make myself or my mental health a lot more in line with what was going on after the diagnosis, and obviously after what happened with the MRI and the diagnosis of it wasn't in the bone. So as I said last time, we were relieved and we moved forward, and I had refocused myself on now coming to terms with what the cancer represented, how it was going to be treated, and what the side effects were with the testosterone blockers. Now, in previous episode, I'd already started to talk to you about the blockers and what they were doing to me in the tablet form. Now, the side effects is very much hot flushes, fatigue, and generally feeling very heavy. I felt also really, really heavy in my legs all the time. Because what happens is you are actually suppressing your testosterone, and you start to have, how can I best describe it? You start to have wasting in your muscles because you aren't physically active, or you have that fatigue. You have a degree of muscle loss, and that's, whether it's in your legs, whether it's in your arms, or whether it's just generally your body starts to change. Now mine changed because I wasn't active. One of the big side effects that I came across was I started to put weight on in my midsection, and my chest started to develop breasts. Now, for a man, that is quite a big deal to deal with. Your body changing, and it's not a pleasant thing to go through. Now, there's plenty of information to help you combat those side effects, but how can you when you just have heavy fatigue on you? And these things are happening, every day. The same symptoms were coming back every day. And one of the big ones I had was sleep deprivation. I was waking up 2 or 3 times in the night, getting up, going to the toilet, coming back, trying to go back to sleep. So I was operating with probably about 30-40% of what I could usually operate on a daily basis before. And that's sleep deprivation. And sleep deprivation is a big issue, because if you're waking up not feeling rested, and then still going through that day and still having to carry out everything you do, you start to wear down, and that can be compounded with the heaviness I felt in my legs, the changing of my body, the just feeling really, really bad. Now, to the point where I actually went to the doctors and I said, look, you've got to help me with some of these side effects. And that conversation I had with him was very much, and I think I've mentioned this before, he said back to me, he said, Graham, there's a massive war going on in your body, and of course you're going to feel these things. And I said, well, I'm struggling to operate like this. And he gave me some pretty strong tablets, and they were codeine. And that helped. That just took the edge off things. Because boy, if that hadn't happened, I would have really been struggling. You know, and I'm not one for, you know, going to the doctors and complaining about this or complaining about that, but it was just so heavy for me. And to this day, I am still waking up 2-3 times a night, going to the toilets, feeling heavy in the legs, you know, wasting of the muscle, fatigue. But it's all now a lot more manageable because I know, and I think I can put it down to this, is that this journey, as month and month and month go by, I get a little bit back of myself. Now, whether you can determine that's a feeling of you feeling better, having a little bit more energy every day, or knowing that, you know, that light in the end of the tunnel is becoming a little bit brighter as every month goes by. Now, bear in mind, I still have a huge shot of testosterone blocker injected into me every 3 months. So I'm very much like this, you know, I go up and down, but I'm always on the positive side of it. Because to me, you know, the worst was over. You know, I had a very clear way forward, and that was just supported by everything Macmillan and everything my cancer specialist was offering. So you guys out there who are going through this journey, you know, there are stages of the, and I said this at the very beginning, there's ups and downs everywhere you turn with this. But if you're talking about it and you're expressing it, you're healing on every single day. Because that's how I found I could deal with it. You know, I wasn't looking for sympathy. I wasn't looking for, you know, oh, I've got cancer. You know, it's a horrible thing. It really is. But you can't give up. You can't give in. It's, you know, your life. You live your life every single day. And you have to live it in a way that you want to feel good about it, you know? Anyway, that's a little bit about what my emotional state was, and also my mental health was. But as you can see now, going through these journeys with me, these diaries, you can see everything was now pointing in the direction of me dealing with it in a positive way. Or, sorry, should I say dealing with the side effects and the treatment plan in a positive way, because that's what it was. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time, and bye for now.